cool. Well, as you just hear, I'm here to warm you up, okay? So there's not as many as you as we would like. So I want to hear a nice big round of applause. This is my clapometer. So just see it's working. Yeah. Okay. So if I can get a 4 out of 10 round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. See this working. Go. Let's hear an 8 out of 10. Come on, let's go straight to it, guys. 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Oh, yeah, in the next section. All right. All of the performers today, including the amazing Steve Axtell, are going to need to hear a 10 out of 10 from you guys. Now, that's going to be whooping, that's going to be cheering, that's going to be going crazy. I have never seen this machine get to 10 out of 10 before, so let's see if we can make it happen today. Come on, guys, let's hear a 10 out of 10. It's not happy. It's not happy. I broke it, Steve. I'm so sorry. You broke it, but that's amazing because we're going to have a fantastic show. So please welcome your host for this afternoon. It's Michael J. Finch.
It's an absolute pleasure and an honour that Steve called me and asked me to do this interview because I'm a very big fan of his work, as I know that many of you are. Now, we are going to celebrate and showcase some of the products of over 40 years of innovation. And you've just seen there the new Axtell, one of the new Axtell products there with an upgrade. We're going to give you a few examples of some of Steve's incredible work. So will you please welcome to show the bird arm illusion, Colin Dymond. This is Steve's first patent, so can we please welcome Colin Dymond with the bird arm illusion.
Hello. Listen everybody, this is Snowball. Now apparently Snowball, I'm going to teach you a very, very simple ventriloquist routine like this. Snowball, apparently you can say a couple of words, is that right? Yes. You want to say them today? Yes. Is that what you're going to say? Yes. Is that all you can say? No. What else can you say? No. Okay. Okay. Right, we're going to try a little magic trick, okay? Okay. Right, so what we're going to do is catch this. Okay, here we go. Ready? And... Hup. Have you got that? Yes. No. We'll try again. Ready, catch? Ooh, not going to let go this time, are you? No. Yes. Last time, okay? Okay. Right, here we go. Ready? Ooh, you got it? Here we go. On count of 3, remember, nice big line, abracadabra from it. Ooh, one more time. Ooh, you dropped it then, didn't you? On the count of 3, nice big abracadabra from everybody. 1, 2, 3. And the snowball goes solid. And the rope goes solid. If Snowball looks up, one Snowball. Snowball, Snowball. Say goodbye, Snowball, everybody. See ya.
Thank you, Colin. Now, moving on, look at the mess that Dave Allen's made here. It's unbelievable. But now, how many of us here own the magic drawing board? Show of hands. Absolutely amazing. Well, I own the drawing board and then the electronic drawing board. Did you know they have sold over 60,000 drawing boards all over the world? Yeah, that deserves a round of applause, absolutely. And here to do a little demonstration and master of it, can you please welcome John Kimmons? John.
I'm pretty short, sorry about this. I've got a drawing board in my hand, so this is going to be the longest bit of the show for me. There we go. Sorry, Steve. It was in 1991 that I saw Terry Herbert do this on stage in Limerick, in Ireland, at the IBM convention. He drew a face on a drawing board. He just drew some eyes like that, and then he did a rather strange move to draw the pupils, but they look like that when you've done it like that. Then we'll do a nose, and we'll do it's like a car. I'm not very good at this. I'll do a mouth, and I like it like that. Sorry, we'll do a mouth. I meant to do that. Mouth, freckles, eyebrows, big round head. Mr. Potato Head, look at that. Hair, baby, more hair. How do you do stupid hair? Stupidest hair in the world. Looks like my mum now. Or Boris Johnson. Sorry to use a British reference. I don't know any American politicians with ridiculous hair. So... Not one! board started to move like this. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Shall we do some ventriloquism?
Yeah.
Can you say red lorry? Oh, I've not got any ears on. Sorry, I put that on there. Got that guy. Never mind. Can you say red lorry, yellow lorry?
Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry.
Very good. Can you say she sells seashells on the seashore?
She sells seashells on the seashore.
Very good. Can you say Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers?
No.
No, you can't say that one.
But one thing bothers me, if Peter Tiger picked a peck of tickled peppers, why is a peck of tickled peppers that Peter Tiger picked?
Oh, come on, that's not bad. He's going now.
No.
You're gonna go.
No.
You're gonna go now. Get rid of that. Okay. And you're bald. You're bald. Yeah, I know. I'll make you lose some weight now.
Yeah, like you.
Like me. Look at that. There you are. We'll go. Yeah. Okay. Like that. We'll get rid of one there. Would you like a drink?
No, I've got one here.
He's got one here. It's the best joke I do, that. What do you say now then?
Hey.
Can't hear me now. Let's get rid of that bit there. And I love this one, okay? Look at that. Steve, make these again. Make these again. No longer on the market. Best gag in the show. Okay. We'll get rid of that bit there. I know I can't talk at all. Okay, well, I'll get rid of those. And that's the Axtell drawing board. One of the best props in the show. And I saw Terry Herbert do this in 1992. I got my first computer in 2005. The first Google search I made was talking drawing board. And it took me to Steve. And that was the first thing I ever searched for on the internet with my brand new computer. I'm not telling you what the second one was. Thanks very much, everybody. Good night.
Thank you very much. Thanks, John. Fantastic. John Kimmons, everybody. Fantastic. Now, Axtell has over 200 amazing puppet characters. And here to show us one, please welcome the incredibly talented Steve Hewlett.
This is a brand new one. I actually had about 10 Axtells over the years, and these are the two I got left because I sold 8 during the COVID times to feed the kids. So this is Sid. You say, I was really excited when they asked me actually, when Steve asked me to come and do this. What day was it when he called us? Do you remember what day it was that he called us to do this? This is Silly Sausage over here. Right, Silly Sausage? Yeah. So what are you going to do today?
fine.
Sorry?
fine.
No, you just say hello to everybody.
You're not fine.
Okay. Well, you just have to entertain or talk about your life. What would you like to do later?
Want to eat?
You want to eat?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to eat?
A sausage.
I'm going to eat a sausage. Do you know where sausages come from?
Yeah, Tesco's.
No, not Tesco's. A little bit closer to home.
Morrison's.
Oh, come on, listen, we're in Blackpool. I bet there's Greggs everywhere. You can get a nice sausage roll later. Yeah, but not in St Anne's. I bet they don't have a Greggs in St Anne's near them.
No?
No.
No, if they did, they'd go in there and say, hello, could I have a sausage roll, please?
A sausage roll, because they're posh. So it's so lovely to see you, Silly Sausage. So, yeah, he's a little bit silly, and you usually do bloom routines and stuff with him, and I haven't done a kids' show with him for about 10 years, but that's Silly Sausage.
Tuesday.
Steve Hewlett, everybody! Thank you, Steve. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we bring Steve out, we have another very special guest, and you've seen it last night, that absolutely smashed it hosting the gala show. To show you one of Steve's newest creations, we're pleased and warm welcome to Max Fulham!
Lovely stuff. Good to see you all. This is the incredible flamingo puppet that Axtell has given me, and what we thought we would do for the, would you stop doing that? Oh, sorry. Yes. What would you like to do for us this afternoon? Find a card. Right. Okay. No, that's a different thing. Call back. Yes. Lovely stuff. Now, I think the colour Steve Axtell's lecture. Is it? Yeah. Yes, yes it is. Now, would you stop doing that? Now, would you... What? Got hair in my eyes. Yeah, that's fine. Now, would you stop doing that? Now, Steve Axtell's lecture here at Blackpool Magic Convention, because this is where all the magicians gather every year. Is it? Yes, yes, yes it is. Now, Steve Axtell's lecture is an honour to be a part of it. Is Steve Axtell going to be in it? Yes, he's going to be in it in a moment, yeah. He's going to be in it in a moment. Stop doing that, okay? Now, would you stop doing that as well? Now, what we're going to do, Steve Axtell's just down there, that's him down there. Is it? Yes, yes it is, yeah. Yes, it is. We're going to go now, okay, because that's our time. Is it? Would you stop saying that? You are driving me mad. Is it?
Max Fulham, everybody! Wow. I think you literally got that puppet like about half an hour ago and comes up with that. It's incredible. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the father of all these creations you've seen. The man himself, direct from America. Will you please go crazy with a warm Blackpool welcome to the very own Steve Axtell! Steve Axtell, everybody, come on! Now, Steve, we have got so much to talk about. We've had a couple of Zoom calls, and we've got a lot to cram into this time. So can you tell us what inspired you to become a creator and inventor of puppets and props?
When I was a little kid growing up in Ohio, I was watching the incredible Kukla Frananali on television, and all I could do was look at these little windows and seeing these little puppets pop out and talking. This is American television, black and white, back in the day, and I was so impressed with creatures that they could be talking on television. They weren't actors, they were creatures. And then it happened. I saw Sesame Street for the first time, and when I saw that, these puppets were no longer in little windows. They were walking around on the street, just like humans, just like actors. And so I began my journey at 14. I copied the Muppets, and I built puppets. I built Kermit the Frog, I built Oscar Grouch, Ernie in the middle there, and a couple of my own puppets. But my mother sent this newspaper article to Jim Henson, and she was expecting maybe someday he could come and work for you, that kind of thing. And I get a letter back from Jim's assistant, and Jim said, Steve, you have a lot of talent, but you can't make my characters, and you can't use the word Muppets. You need to find your own look. And this was his advice. And I began my journey to find out what my look would be. And part of the things, this is me when, as I was growing up through high school, and I began to focus on a full-time job, and I began working in psychology. And one of the friends of mine gave me a flyer. Check this out. This flyer, Craig Terry will recognize this. This is from Mayer Workshop, Mayer Studios, but the man who made these, I had no idea who Mayer Studios was, Craig Lovick. I didn't know anything about the maker at all, but my friend was a ventriloquist, and he gave me this flyer and said, Steve, you've been making puppets. You should go into business someday. And it was fascinating. He said, these are $70. Incredibly expensive. You ought to make them for $15 or something. And so I kept this flyer, and I even slept with it under my pillow. It became such an inspiration to me. An incredible inspiration. So keep that in mind as we carry this story forward. I moved from Ohio to California, and I married my wife, Susie, and we moved to this little town. We bought our first house, and we're in this little town, and Susie and I decided we wanted to go to church. And so we opened up the phone book, And we said, let's just have some fun with this. We have no idea where we're going. Boom. Put my finger down on the phone book and we said, let's go here. So we went, we drove up, pulled up in front, and it was a little preschool. It wasn't even actually a church, it was a preschool. We went inside, it was really awkward. There were about 15, 20 people in there. Okay, we sat down on little preschool chairs, and they had the sermon, we sang some songs, and we got up, and Susie and I looked at each other, okay, we're not coming here again. This is a little bit awkward. As we were walking out, a man walks up to me and says, Steve, or he introduced himself to me, and he said, would you like to come to our house for lunch? Oh, a free lunch, yeah. So Susie and I went to their house for lunch. So we're sitting down, talking after lunch, and he said, so what do you do? And I said, well, I work in psychology at the state hospital here with autism. And he said, oh, that's great. And I said, what I really like to do, though, is my weekends. I'm a performer, I'm a magician, and I do puppets. You do puppets? I said, yeah. He goes, I said, what do you do? He turned white, and he said, follow me. And he took me down the hallway of his house and opened the door, and we walk into this room. And it's Terry, it's Craig Lovick, and that's the flyer that I grew up with. It's the actual man that made these puppets. And we became instant friends. We became instant friends. He helped me with the business side of puppets, introduced me to the whole ventriloquist world, and kind of the rest is history in a way.
It's got to be fate involved there, and you just randomly picked that church from the phone book, and this happens.
That's a God thing.
Yeah.
That's a God thing.
It's got to be.
Yes, and so we began my journey making my own book, finding my own book, my puppets, and Susie said, she encouraged me you should start this full time. I was getting burnt out in psychology, and you're not supposed to work in it for too long, especially at the level that I was working at. It was rough. So we decided to go full time, and I didn't, never copied again. I didn't think about Sesame Street at all, but I get a call a few years ago, and the call said, Mr. Axtell, I'm a producer at Sesame Street, and we want you to know how much you inspire us.
Wow, talk about going full circle. That's incredible.
And so they sent me this poster that has all the signatures of the Puppeteers on it, and up here on the right is Carol Spinney, the last of the originals, which was Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch. And Lewis Mitchell was the producer that called me, and we're best friends now. You remember Lewis from New York? Yeah.
That's amazing.
And so anyway,
that's incredible. Full circle, talk about fate meeting. That's so special. Now we saw before we started some of your amazing creations, and you have over 200. I wonder if you have any favourites that you've created.
Gosh, the next one. The next one's always my favorite. But yeah, there's some great ones. As you saw, some of the big hits there. This is the remote control drawing board, and this is Dave Allen here, and you both won awards here at Blackpool using the remote board. Yeah. Dave said the first time he used it, it was the first time anybody had seen it, and he brought out the board and he was holding it in his hand, drawing on it. I don't know if any of you remember that at Blackpool. I don't remember the year. Dave? He drew a picture here, and then he set it down on the easel and walked away from it, and then it moved, and he heard 1,500 or 15,000, whatever it was, 5,000 magicians gasp all at once, and he won that one. And then Michael, tell us about yours.
Yeah, well, I was very lucky, so I had the division drawing board first, and a dream when I saw the electronic was I had to get that. And obviously I won UK Children Entertainment of the Year award with it, and then 2 years later, International Children Entertainment of the Year award, and it's still a routine I do, and it has kids hiding under tables and chairs when they see it come to life. It's incredible, a real joy.
Well, I remember watching. I was in the audience when you were going through the thing.
That's right. With the international one, because you had the first animatronic puppets of yours. I saw the monkey.
Yes.
And I really wanted one of them. And I said, if I win, I'll buy that. And then you were filling the form before the end of the competition, saying okay, just so
absolutely. We knew he was going to win. It was just incredible. Yeah, that's that. We've done some other things in the mass market too.
So this is not just, this is worldwide.
This was in Toys R Us,
Yeah.
yeah. We did commercial line of puppets, and these were all over the world, but in Toys R Us especially. And a lot of people actually have started with these. John Kimmons had Chat Racket, that was his first little puppet, and a lot of people have grown up with these. We had also the Amazing Apes, and these were realistic monkeys, and the first of their kind. They were in a Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes movie in the background, cages.
Wow.
And also Disneyland wanted it to open up the Indiana Jones ride when that became popular. They wanted the chimpanzees, so Indy walked around carrying the name.
Fantastic.
And we did Veggie Tales. That's an American animation, a 3D animation, it's probably worldwide. But that was huge, an absolute huge moment in our career to get the license to that.
Yeah.
We did Madagascar, the puppets for the red carpet premiere, and we built 3 sets. One was American, and that's these actors that are holding it there. And then there was an Asian group and another part of the Baltic states.
Yeah. Incredible.
And another creation that we did was axe tracks. And these are, a lot of people have puppets, but they're not ventriloquists, and they're magicians, but they want to have a routine. How do you write a routine? So we created over 40 different routines. We even have the character's voice on the tracks. We have places for you to talk on the tracks, and we have music, sound effects. It's all produced. And for ventriloquists, you just don't use that track with the voice on it. But you've got the music, the sound effects, the whole routine's written. It's all there. And we're giving away this entire library to people that buy at the booth.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, so it's over 40 different routines.
And you have Christmas routines, different season routines,
Birthdays,
you've got so many different routines.
Yeah, all the characters, different voices.
Yeah, I remember the cassette tape. I had a cassette tape version, the very first ones.
Went from cassette, went to CDs, now it's MP3 downloads.
The whole library. Incredible.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Incredible. Now, we have some more of your incredible creations over here that we'll have a look at. These are absolutely stunning.
So we did custom puppets.
Yeah.
Shaq, and we did Simon Cowell, and this is Vicky the Cougar we did with Terry Fator. And Vicky's been the longest running Axtell in his show. Incredible from the beginning. We're going to be talking to Terry later about all these.
Absolutely.
And of course, Chris Angel.
Yes.
And I'm working with a lot of different magicians in big projects.
And you say if anyone has any ideas and things to speak directly to you because you're collaborating
Please
with
do.
people
I love it.
all the time. So if someone has an idea for character or they have a specific job, then that's what you love doing. That's what you do. So have that conversation.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Of course, here we go. Look, we've got your going to the animatronics. Now there's the monkey that I purchased.
There is.
There he is.
There is.
That's it.
So that's, we do a lot of animatronics. We, as you know, we have very high-end animatronics with 7, 9 movements with different servos and characters. So we have the very simple ones, which are simply head, left, right, and mouth open and closed. And you can put different puppets on those.
This one was very special with Wayne Dobson because you recreated, there was Project Ringo, where obviously, so this is the legend Wayne Dobson down here, and he used to have a Ringo rabbit puppet in his television show.
Yes.
And we couldn't track where Ringo was. I think he may have just...
It was lost or disintegrated or
yeah,
stolen
exactly.
or something.
So you from pictures and everything, you moulded the head, and Ringo is now part of the range. You sell Ringo.
Yes, yes, and we also give a percentage of all the sales to MS for his...
That's where Ringo's been in many Wayne Dobson and Friends shows here at Blackpool.
Yeah.
And, his face went, because it was all kept a very big secret. I remember unpacking it in front of Wayne. He got,
It was a very special
emotional.
time.
Yeah, very special. Absolutely.
These are some of the animatronics that we've done for Dolly Parton.
Wow.
And one of the restaurants near Dollywood in the United States, in Tennessee, has 100 animatronic chickens in it, and they all sing while you're eating chicken. But they're singing hit songs, of course, all in harmony and everything goes. And it's quite funny, really great. But that was a huge project and installation. And then this is another. We did this for Dolly Parton's Stampede at Branson and Tennessee both.
I recognise this man, Franz Ferrari, as well.
We worked with France on some big projects there, as well as a flying helicopter with a chicken on the back of it as well.
You really are like you bring puppets to life a bit like Pinocchio. What is the ultimate dream to sort of these characters to sort of take a life of their own?
Well, speaking of that,
It's like we planned that.
we can actually make them talk as well now with our own version of an artificial intelligence. We got Axtell intelligence, and so you can speak to our characters with. It'll recognize your voice with speech recognition. Then it goes into the cloud, and it goes up into our cloud and returns a server that you've already recorded a voice with 300 answers to. And you can have full conversations with these characters all day long.
Incredible.
Jokes, songs, answering questions. And so these are all over the world, these AI characters that we
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Yeah. No thanks, I prefer Google.
It's all automatic.
Are you married?
I'm available.
Do you have any kids?
What kind of a question is that? I'm a man.
Do you have a family?
I'm not telling you. You're probably a stalker.
That's fantastic.
Are you on Facebook?
No, I'm sitting down.
That's incredible. Combining AI with that technology and the puppets, bringing it to life.
It's great for restaurants.
Ultimate, yeah.
And, openings. If you have a show going on, you can have this in the lobby of the
Just
show.
send the puppet off to do the gig for you next. You teach it to do magic next. It'll be fantastic. All this incredible technology. I mean, is it expensive? I know you have different price categories and things. Do you have stuff that this?
Yeah, this is the lower cost animatronic system, and it used to be the hands-free light.
Yeah.
And we've replaced it with a couple other devices as technology's increased over the years. We've gone to the Puppet Wizard, which you can control left and right. You can come to the booth and try these if you haven't yet. It'll move the head left, right, and it'll move the mouth as well. And you can take the puppet off and put another puppet on it, which allows it to be very versatile. Get one product, but you can use it for lots of different
I've had a look at this, and the fob to control it.
It's amazing.
It's a joystick, and you just got it in your hand with a thumb thing, and it's really worth going to check out. And if you've already got a character in your show, that puppet can go straight on there, and it's incredible.
You can also record the voice on an MP3 using Easy Talk system,
Wow.
and that will play the voice in, and the voice actually moves the mouth of the character. So you don't even have to operate it. It will do the head turn automatic, and the mouth will be triggered by what you record or play, or use a microphone backstage.
That is unbelievable. Now, I'd love to talk briefly about your techniques for your inventions. What is the process for you to create all these things?
Well, I do a lot of different things, but one of the, I'm ADHD, and I'm also dyslexic, so I have some challenges. And so I've had to overcome my challenges. And a lot of us here probably do, because entertainers typically are overcoming something to be able to perform. And my challenge is that I have 10 projects in my mind at all times. I'm always thinking about 10 either conversations or problems or things I gotta solve, and it's always happening at the same time. So I have to be very, very deliberate in my actions. So I start by brainstorming, and I do these sessions with myself early in the morning. For me, it works. I'm not a late night person. I get up early in the morning, and I'll sit down with my notebook, and I'll brainstorm specifically on something with absolutely no judgment. Just as many ideas as I can on this particular subject. And I'll gang those together with no judgment. And then, of course, subconscious incubation is the next thing that I do. I'll take that after I've done a brainstorming with it. I'll go mow the yard, or I'll do completely something else, take a walk, and I'll do that for days without coming back to it. And your subconscious mind will come up with an answer. it's just a phenomenon that I have had happen regularly in my life. We've got fantasy ads that I write, and I'll take my notebook and I'll draw an ad for a product that I've not even come up with yet, but I'll create the perfect storm of ideas and make claims on the ad that things that couldn't possibly do, but write them in, and it inspires me as a way of creating. Now, I think you could do this with your show. Write an ad for your show and say that you could do this. Say that, make impossible claims and push your mind to just think creatively about what if I could do that? How would I do it if I could? And these are good techniques. I've actually had product ideas come to me in my dreams.
Wow.
The whole Dinky line came as an actual dream. I walked into a toy store in my dream, and there was a tree of puppets in the middle. There was toys everywhere, but in the middle of the floor, there was a tree of puppets. It was like little puppets that were sitting all over the place. I came up and I stared at them. I looked around and walked around and looked at their little faces, and they were so cute and so colorful. And I looked up at the top, and there was my name, Axtell, was at the top of the tree in my dream. Well, that became an actual product line. I had to make those. So in my dreams, they come. Collaborations. I work a lot with different producers and things, and Terry, who we're going to be meeting in a second, he's one of the big collaborators that we love to work with. So if you have an idea or something, please come to me and we'll make it happen. My team is incredible at making collaborations come true. And a productivity trick that I had learned was the phrase, do it now. So because I'm ADD, because I can't track with things very well, I have to make an action now. So if I think of something, I'll write it down, or I'll make the phone call, or I'll put it on my list so that I can't possibly forget it, and then I'll come back to that. So do it now has saved me.
How do you keep track of everything that you're coming up with these ideas every day?
Yeah.
And I do remember seeing an interview you did during the pandemic on Zoom where you showed some of your ideas on paper. How do you do this? How do you keep track?
Well, I have to write everything down. I have to journal. So from day one in 1982, I began journaling my business, and every single day there's a page for every day, every idea, maybe multiple pages. But this is my notebooks. This page here is the magic drawing board. That was the first day that I came up with it, and I began to write down ads and even logos and things for it. Here's another one. You can see all the tabs. Every tab is an idea in those notebooks. There's over 300, inventions that are in those that I haven't even begun to do yet.
Do you go back? Do you think these are all still in your mind? So you'll think, oh, I had this idea, so and so. You'll go back to and an old idea will come back to life now.
Absolutely. Something happens, a trend happens.
Yeah.
I go, oh, I've got this back here. So yeah, I've got hundreds and hundreds of these notebooks, from the beginning of our time.
I remember you said you had a way of organising your notebooks that I found fascinating. That was something that magicians could apply with the left and the right hand side. Can you quickly tell us about that?
Yeah. So on the left side is all my tasks. On the right side is what I have accomplished or ideas. So left side, I'll put an asterisk task list for each day, and I'll check those off as I go. You got to prioritize stuff. You can't just do everything that you're thinking. But on the right side, I journal, and that becomes my system. It's very helpful, and I've shared that with a lot of people.
You don't use an iPad, you still do it the old-fashioned way?
I do it the old-fashioned way. In fact, it's legal. This actually, in a court case, can be actual binding legal, because it's a spiral-bound notebook. You can't add pages to it. You can't fake stuff. You can't put it in. And so they'll accept that as a legal document for your history. Like, did you really have that on that day? If you're defending an invention or something. For a patent.
Incredible. And we just see up here, we saw the drawing board. So this is the start of the bird on the arm illusion.
Yep.
This is where it all started with these drawings here.
This is the innards of the magic drawing board, the actual mechanics of how I was going to make it work. It's Jay Johnson who won with the 2 and only, Jay again. This is the design, and all the puppets get drawn into the notebooks as well before we do them. Jay won a Tony Award on Broadway for his 2 and only it was called, and that's a huge, huge honor, New York Broadway.
Now, you've got, I've been to the stand, you've brought over some amazing things. We saw the mega meter earlier on. This is taken a new lease of life from the first version I've seen. We saw that, and that's available on. Have you sold out of them yet? Have you got any of them left?
We haven't shown it because of this. We knew we were going to show it today for the first time, and so we've got a few. Maybe, I don't know how many we have, but if you want a mega meter or flamingo.
And you're just, I know that we had a discussion. You've shipped a lot of things over together, so things are cheaper now than if they were to order it regularly.
Oh yeah, we can ship it. Yeah, bulk ship.
But also, you're honouring a Blackpool price if people order for some of the products as well.
Yeah, we'll give a discount if someone orders here at Blackpool for orders that we have to ship later.
And what else is the genie? I haven't seen the genie yet.
Oh, the genie's
the genie out of the bottle.
The genie's incredible. It's a little puppet that actually comes out of a magic lamp. We'll show it to you at the booth. But it has a fob inside the mouth of the puppet. And so when you press the fob, blue smoke will flow out of the little lamp that it comes out. So anytime the genie says the magic words, or the kids say the magic words, or wiggle their fingers, you can make the lamp trigger and it'll blow the smoke. We're going to have this on display today after this lecture. I kept it a secret until today. And of course the mega meter that Dave so well demonstrated for us, the fancy flamingo, flighty flamingo. This is Max. Max did an incredible job with that. I'm just honored that all these guys were willing to jump in and perform, and they all were like, "Are you kidding?" This is what this is their careers. It's so awesome to be part of your careers. This is something I made that Eddie Murphy's going to be, top secret.
They're filming.
in a film or a television series, something that he's going to be doing, and these are a couple of puppets that we made that he'll be playing with because he does the voices.
And sneak peek of what else you've created. This is...
Yeah, we did it. This is one of our animatronics that we just finished, and it looks like it's going to be in Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's an animatronic Bigfoot.
I believe it. I definitely believe it. It's incredible.
And a couple of aliens we're working on.
That's nice to see what is that Trump on the left there without the hair done. Incredible. Now, we're talking about collaborating with celebrities, and I know you have got many friends around the world, but tell us about some of these celebrities that you've collaborated
with. We've had a lot of celebrities that we collaborate with. Obviously, Simon and Chris Angel and some of the producers with many shows and stuff. But one of my favorite all-time collaborations is with my good friend Terry Fator, the ventriloquist from Las Vegas, that won America's Got Talent.
Absolutely incredible. Now, you're in for a treat tonight. I know you've become very close friends with Terry, and there's an amazing story about how you met. But I think, rather than us tell it, I think he's here, the man himself. Please, direct from Las Vegas, will you please go crazy for Mr. Terry Fator?
Okay, can I sing?
Yeah, you can.
Nessun dorma, tutto re o principessa, nella tua fredda stanza, guardi le stelle e trema.
Hey, don't touch the turtle.
No, di amore.
Winston.
What?
It's not about you.
It's always about me, Steve. I'm a star.
Okay, whatever. So this is Winston the impersonating turtle.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming. But we're here to talk to Terry about one of our collaborations.
Terry just stands there with that stupid look on his face.
You do all the work.
I do.
Well, now it's time for him to work.
Okay, I guess I'll let you go.
You go. How about that? Winston, everybody. Come on, there we go. Terry, welcome to the Blackpool Magic Convention.
Thank you. I'm so honored to be here. This is so crazy. I love
We
this.
are in for a real treat tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's so incredible. I had the pleasure of seeing your show a couple of times in Las Vegas. Of course, you're the winner of America's Got Talent. actually landed the biggest contract. And I, you don't mind me asking, but I just think it's absolutely phenomenal. Can you tell us about this, the contract you signed in Las Vegas? Because
Yes,
it's record breaking.
So I won America's Got Talent, and of course that's $1 million. And then I'll tell about Simon, what happened with Simon. So Simon Cowell takes me to dinner right after I won the show, and he says, Terry, we don't know what to do with the ventriloquist. So we're going to let you out of the contract. Just good luck. We hope you do well. A year later, I signed a $100 million deal in Las Vegas. And they had to put Simon on suicide watch. So he was quite upset about it, but he's also very proud. He's Simon has been such a great supporter, and so. Yeah, it's been amazing. I've been in Vegas 18 years now. So.
Wow, 18 years. Incredible.
Didn't Simon call you the greatest entertainer in the world?
Well, I got a call from Oprah Winfrey many, many years ago when she had her show. And she said, we want to have you on my show. Simon Cowell is going to be the guest. And the name of the show is The Best Entertainers Simon Cowell Has Ever Seen Around the World. And he would not tell me if I was number 1 or 2, but it was between me and Leona Lewis, and he said, wow. You and Leona Lewis are the 2 top entertainers I've ever seen in the entire world, and that was pretty amazing, I gotta say. It was very amazing to have Simon Cowell say that about me. So
that's an incredible quote. Now, just going back to how you two met, I know you are great friends now, and can you tell us, I've heard from Steve tell the story about what happened.
Well, let me start.
So yeah, go for it.
So, we see Terry in 2007, and he is winning America's Got Talent. We're seeing him win. All of the ventriloquists on the internet are saying, "Who is this guy? You know, what's going on? This guy's incredible. He's insanely good. Has anybody heard of him?" And a few people said, "Well," one guy said, "I worked with him 6 years ago in the fair circuit." Another guy said, "Well, I was a hypnotist, and I knew him then." And so he just almost like he came out of nowhere because of the network of ventriloquism and stuff that I'm in, the puppet world. We just hadn't really heard of him. And so we said, I found his email address. Strangely enough, he had posted in this forum, he said, if anybody would like to help me write comedy material, I would love to have, and this was before he was in AGT. You had asked for help. And didn't get any replies, probably, right?
I didn't, no.
I love this. This is great. So I get the email address and I send him an email and I said, Terry, we all know you're going to win America's Got Talent. And
I was the last to know, trust me. I didn't think I was going to win, but I was happy when I did.
You had already done 2.
Yeah, I was way in the top, so I was happy.
You were head top, but we all knew it. It just felt right to us. And we, of course, we were all just hoping. So my goal was to sponsor him, and I said, hey, look, I'll build you a custom puppet. You tell me what you want. I want you to win with an Axtell puppet. That was the goal. What did you say?
Well, I said my sister, I had a disabled sister, and she was helping me work with my puppets, and I wanted her to feel like she was a part of my win and my journey. And so she and a couple of friends of mine had bought this little puppet at a toy store.
Yeah.
And she's the one who put the little mop wig and the glasses for the Roy Orbison. Right. And so I told Steve, I've got to go with my sister with this and have left her. But I said, well, just like you, I used to sleep with your catalog under the pillow and bay hair and all that stuff. I'm telling you, and interesting you say Craig Lovick. I had my very first professional puppet I got for my 18th birthday. I always thought it was a Keith Jackson or Chuck Jackson. I'm sorry, Chuck Jackson. And then Keith Lovick started to do all the repairs for all of my puppets. Right. He opened it up and it says Craig Lovick in there. So I have an original Craig Lovick. Yes. And
Walter,
Keith,
right?
Yes, Walter. And Keith actually does he works on all my puppets.
What's wonderful, great story. Terry said in his email, Mr. Axtell, I know who you are, and I could never afford any of your puppets. So if I win, I'm going to buy some.
I did. Because when I got my very first opening, I think Vicky the Cougar helped me open, and also the Jazz Band.
Yes.
Because I wanted to have this Julius puppet, And I had hired this other guy to do it, and he just failed miserably. And so I think it was like 2 or 3 days before the show, I called you and I said, Steve, I gotta have a black puppet. Because I've got this character that I've created that does, and you just overnighted the jazz man. And so I used that. In fact, on Oprah Winfrey, that's what I used. Yeah. And it's funny, it's funny because he looks, it's very stereotypical. He's kind of a Louis Armstrong with big eyes and everything. And so it's the funniest thing. I don't even know if you can find it, because I think people have tried. We've tried, right? It's very hard to find it, but it's hilarious because I walk up and I pull out this black puppet with these big bug eyes, and Oprah's like, "Oh no, you didn't." And then as soon as he started singing, she just like. and then she just went nuts. So I used that until I was able, because my idea for him was I wanted him to be a Nat King Cole. Right. And so if you see my Julius now, he has that look. But you made my Hawaiian puppet, Connie Kapila, and then
well, over the years, 25 different puppets we've done together.
Yes, we have. So we've done a lot of work together.
Currently in his show, there's 20 Axtell puppets in the show.
20.
Now, you may be wondering, how in the world do you even do 20 puppets? That's crazy. That's what we're going to talk about.
That's exactly what we're going to talk
You'll
about.
You'll be seeing it tonight at the show.
This is incredible.
Just very quickly, because we picked up on something over lunch, which I found fascinating, was the original puppet you did use led to a lawsuit, which you said you didn't like sort of mentioning. That's unbelievable.
Yes. So I had bought this little puppet, the little turtle puppet that you saw if you look on the old auditions and the America's Got Talent. The two little ones, Emmett Taylor and Winston the Impersonating Turtle, they were just bought off the shelves. I did not know that you had to get rights, because I was green, I didn't know anything. I was playing the school and fair circuits, so here I am on this TV show. Well, it was after I signed the big deal in Vegas, I suddenly get slapped with a $10 million lawsuit for using those puppets on television, and we ended up settling for way less than that, but it was kind of BS. But so just if you are a ventriloquist or you would do something, make sure you have the rights before you do anything on television, because you don't want to mess with that nonsense. It's awful. They'll come after you.
Which you do with your products.
Yeah, you have the rights for media rights. You have the rights for media, and if you
Steve's
want
always
the
been
product
amazing
rights,
about that stuff. Yeah, so
you pay a flat rate fee for those.
So just buy from Steve, and you'll always be covered.
There's the quote right there. That's a big one. Now, so thank you for that. I just found that fascinating that happened. So tonight we are going to see in the finale the We Are the World routine, which I've seen a video of it. It's unbelievable. I can't wait to see it live. So there are how many? Is it 19 heads in this? And if you haven't seen Terry before, he's a singer, an impressionist, a ventriloquist, the best of all, and merges them. You're going to be blown away. I could not believe. I really can't wait to see it live. So how did this happen?
So I saw it live for the very first time at New York. Terry invited me to come and be at his opening in New York. And he was, and so on screen came a video of the documentary of the making of, the We Are the World, and Michael Jackson singing video. Michael Jackson singing, Up Comes Lionel Richie, they go down the line, Willie Nelson, different ones, and all of a sudden a window pops up like this, and you can see that Terry's singing for the actual video. It's not the video that we're hearing Terry's voice. And then pretty soon the window disappears and Terry walks out on stage, and that's how, and doing the voices live at New York. Man, that was incredible.
I had that idea for about 15 years. I've been talking to my wife Angie. I've been telling her for years, I gotta do We Are the World. It's 19 different voices, and it took me a long time to do it. And then, so when I was doing that, I was moving my lips, and then I had to learn how to do it with my mouth.
Wow, insane.
That's
insane.
It shouldn't be possible.
No.
In fact, my voice doctor, I'm not kidding, my voice doctor did an interview with, he's in Dallas, he's retired now, but he did an interview with the Rolling Stone, and they said, what is the most unusual person you've ever worked with? And he said, hands down, Terry Fator. What he does is physically impossible. And I can't tell you how or why, but I'm able to make tones with my mouth closed that normally people have to have their mouth wide open. I don't know how or why. So I worked on all 19 voices. Then that's when I called you, and I said, all right, Steve.
So Terry said, I have already, I have a full-size Stevie Wonder, and I've got a Michael Jackson and a Willie Nelson. I just need you to build the other 15. Wow. But I was listening to the song, and I go, well, that's very quick. We are the world. We are the. wait a minute, you aren't going to be changing your hands out of those big puppets that quickly, even if I make them. And you'd have to sell both of your Teslas in order to afford them. So anyway, we decided that we wouldn't do that, but we did have a different idea, or your agent had a different idea.
Yes, so my manager he wanted me to do some electronic thing. Now, I'm not big into electronics myself. I love the stuff that you do. It's incredible. It's amazing. But for me, I like things to be analog and organic because I don't want people to think I'm cheating in any way. I want people to know I'm the one making the puppet come to life. Although I do want to do some of this stuff, we need to talk because I think it would be really cool to have some, like Winston. In fact, I'm doing a...
You want to collaborate?
Yes, I do. I'm doing my first symphony show in June, and I was thinking it might be really cool to have Winston by himself, and he can be the host of the show without me having to pick him up. So we're going to talk after this.
Okay.
I got that idea while I was listening to the beginning.
Okay, so here was the idea. He would be operating a virtual puppet or a green screen puppet, and we would motion capture the movement of the puppet with dots on the faces and stuff, and then superimpose the digital face of the celebrity onto the puppet. But the problem is you'd be watching the screen the whole time, and it's not really a live. It is live, but you'd be looking at the screen for the action.
Also, if the technology breaks, you're screwed. You know, you've got this green puppet, and there's nothing there. So we scrapped that idea. We did put some money in research and development, and you came in, and I said, look, we had worked with the Dinkies. I had done,
that's right. We did a video, I played the piano, he sang.
And then when it would go, your Dinkies would come up.
Yes.
And so we were talking about the Dinkies, and it was like, I think it was you that said, why don't I just make the heads like Dinkies? So we made these little one out there.
But we had bodies, and we eliminated the bodies.
Yes. We were going to put little bodies on them, and then we decided not to. And this is really fun. So this is Lionel Richie, and my wife Angie and I went to see Lionel Richie, and he said, I understand you can do an impression of me without your mouth moving. I went, hello, is it me you're looking for? 'Cause I wonder where you are, and I wonder what you do. And he went,
oh,
yeah.
So here's Cindy Crawford, and no, I won't do the impression.
Cindy Crawford?
Cindy Lauper.
She's really changed.
Cindy Lauper. Cindy Lauper, and here's how we made Cindy. So the very first thing that we did was I did a digital sculpture of this using software, and I went from clay to digital sculpting a long time ago. I love sculpting the computer. And so once it was approved by Terry, I sent this, then we made a negative mold and we printed that in 3D. So we have a 3D printed mold. Then we would pour silicone into that mold to make the skin and pull out the skin. There's this is how Cindy, do you do Cindy's voice? No, she's got.
I got a show tonight. That's a hard voice to do.
But this
You'll
is
see her tonight. She will be in the show.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. Then we added earrings to it and painted the hair and everything and got it right. And then on the inside is padding where we fit it around so that it would fit in Terry's hand, and it's adjustable. You can have more stuffing or less stuffing in it. There's one you can do. Look at this guy.
Baby, I didn't hold you quite as often as I should have.
Wow.
Baby, I didn't hold you quite as often. Well, I don't know the song, but anyway.
Wow.
She's out of my life.
Oh.
She's out of my life. And I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Michael Jackson.
Wow.
So you've got 19 heads to do. And I don't know how the YouTube video was done. If there was help passing buttons to you.
My assistant Marina and my production manager. So we were in the studio, and they had the puppets lined up. Like, yes, that's exactly what happened. So if you watch the YouTube video, and so I would put my hand down, I would do this, and then I would drop the puppet, and they would put another puppet on while I was singing with the left hand. So it was It was very difficult. And so that was what we originally planned on doing. And then my brilliant production manager said, no, I think it's going to be distracting. So he came up with this, we call it the puppet piano.
Love it.
And that's it. So that's exactly what it looks like. And each head fits in them, and they go in a semicircle like, so the right, now the most brilliant part of that, not only was that, he put LED lights, red for right hand, blue for left hand. And so the light, while I'm doing the show in Vegas, I can see what light is there, and I just reach down for the cubby. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the light tonight, so if I screw up the puppets tonight, it's my fault. I just forgot what. No, I shouldn't because he actually did them in a very interesting way. So, like, I start with Lionel Richie. There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. You know, so I do.
Yes.
And then there are people dying. Oh. And then while he's singing, I'm getting Paul Simon. And then I get rid of Stevie, and then I get the next one. And they go in sequence. So it's like the next one over, the next one over, and then Michael Jackson's right in the middle. And then they go. So it's like out and then out. So it's a logical way, but it's hard to do while you're in the middle of the song.
Have you done it without the lights?
I have. In fact, we knew we were doing this, so for an entire week, my last week of performances last week in Vegas, we didn't turn the lights on, so I could practice. Yeah. So I did not have the. And Tanner calls me, he's like, can you do this? I said, yeah, turn the lights off. If I screw it up, who cares? But you know.
So tonight, you're doing this for the first time anywhere outside the United States?
Yes, this is my first performance anywhere outside the United States.
Wow.
So,
All I can say is I don't know how it's going to work because it's only one performance. I know we have 2 gala shows. There's only one of Terry's shows, so I would get in that queue as early as possible when you can because you do not want to miss it. It's going to be incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Mr. Terry Fator. Absolutely incredible. I really can't wait for that. And hopefully you'll be back to the UK in the future, Terry. It would be. You will?
Yes.
Come on, how about that?
yes, planning on a tour. Yeah.
Steve, I don't know how we managed to cram this all out because our first Zoom call was about 4 hours, and it was it's incredible. Your story is incredible. Now we spoke earlier on about. You started off as a performer, you did magic and puppets. What was the choice? How did you make the choice of whether you go out and perform or you create for other people?
My whole goal is to bring joy to the world, and I could do that with my audiences. I would bring joy to those audiences. But I began to realize how limiting that is. And I had people showing interest in buying my stuff, and so I thought, wow, if I could sell my puppets and products to other entertainers, they would go out, you would go out into the world and make your audiences happy, and so my work is going out and making audiences happy all over the world. And this is why I'm doing this. Thank you so much for being part of this.
We are so glad we made that decision, ladies and gentlemen.